Aubrey Christina Plaza, born June 26, 1984, is an American actress, comedian, and producer. She began performing improv and sketch comedy at the Upright Citizens Brigade Theatre. After graduating from New York University Tisch School of the Arts, Plaza made her feature film debut in Mystery Team, 2009, and gained wide recognition for her role as April Ludgate on the NBC political satire sitcom Parks and Recreation, 2009 to 2015. In film, Plaza had a supporting role in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, 2010, and a leading role in Safety Not Guaranteed, 2012. From 2017 to 2019, Plaza portrayed the Shadow King and Lenny Busker in the critically praised FX superhero series Legion, and produced and starred in the 2017 black comedy films The Little Hours and Ingrid Goes West. She also starred in the romantic comedy Happiest Season and thriller Black Bear, both 2020, as well as produced and played the title character in the crime film Emily the Criminal, 2022. Plaza received nominations for a Primetime Emmy and a Golden Globe Award for her role in the second season of the HBO anthology series The White Lotus, 2022. Time magazine named her one of the 100 most influential people in the world in 2023. In 2024, she starred in Megalopolis and My Old Ass, and as Rio Vidal/Death in the Marvel Cinematic Universe miniseries Agatha All Along. Early life and education. Aubrey Christina Plaza was born on June 26, 1984, in Wilmington, Delaware. The eldest of three sisters, she was born when her parents, Bernadette and David Plaza, were 19 and 20. Plaza said she was inspired by their work ethic. When she was young, they worked various jobs to make ends meet and attended night school, after which her mother became an attorney and her father a financial advisor. Her paternal family is Puerto Rican. Her grandfather was born in Arecibo, Puerto Rico, and moved to the mainland U.S. when he was 17 years old. She has some indigenous American, Taino, and Basque heritage. Plaza's mother, who was adopted, is of Irish descent. Plaza's maternal adoptive grandparents were from Ireland, where their family remained, and her grandfather was also himself adopted. While her parents worked, Plaza was raised by her Irish grandparents and her Puerto Rican family. As a child, Plaza loved films and actively engaged in imaginative play. She described herself as shy and quiet until middle school, when she discovered and acted in community theater. Plaza said her upbringing was very Catholic, and she attended Ursuline Academy, an all-girls Catholic school. While in high school, she was student council president of her school, performed in theatrical productions with the Wilmington Drama League and the Delaware Theater Company, and made short films as a hobby. Aged 16, she represented Ursuline at a Delaware Youth Leadership Conference held by Joe Biden. As a teen, Plaza's aunt gave her a job at a video store, during which she discovered her love of independent films and filmmakers that inspired her, such as John Waters and Christopher Guest. Waters' satirical film Serial Mom, 1994, made a significant impact on her, and she connected with his comedic sensibility. She also enrolled at an improv school in Philadelphia, and in 2001 attended New York Film Academy's summer camp for filmmaking. She graduated the following year from Ursuline Academy and moved to New York. Plaza studied film and television production at the New York University Tisch School of the Arts, graduating in 2006. Career 2004 to 2009. Career beginnings: Plaza at the Parks and Recreation premiere party in 2009. Plaza trained and performed improv and sketch comedy at the Upright Citizens Brigade Theatre since 2004. She also performed at the Laugh Factory and the Improv. Plaza named Amy Poehler as an inspiration for her decision to perform improv. She described her experience at the Upright Citizens Brigade Theatre as intoxicating, explaining, "It just truly felt like we are in an underground, literally underground theater, doing an art form that is so fucking hard and just so fun when you get it right." While she was in film school, she had an internship at Saturday Night Live for the 2004-2005 season and then became an NBC page. During this apprenticeship, she appeared in an episode of 30 Rock in 2006. Though being a page at 30 Rockefeller Plaza was a lower position than her SNL internship, it is a legendary and highly selective program. She was also in 2 short films in 2006, Kill Switch and In Love. In 2008, she was part of an Improv Everywhere sketch where she and others took an entire desktop computer and monitor to a Starbucks in New York City. Plaza had a recurring role in Maggie Carey's web series The Jeannie Tate Show, played the role of Robin Gibney in ESPN's Main Street 2008, and appeared in the first episode of Terrible Decisions with Ben Schwartz on Funny or Die. In 2009, she made her feature film debut in Derek Comedy's Mystery Team. She then played a stand-up comic and Seth Rogen's love interest in the black comedy drama film Funny People, directed by Judd Apatow. As she did not have experience performing stand-up, she signed up for open mic nights at comedy clubs and bars in New York City to prepare for the role. For her audition tape, she performed and recorded 5 minutes of stand-up comedy at her friend Donald Glover's stand-up show. When Plaza flew to Los Angeles for Funny People, the film's casting director Allison Jones asked her if she wanted to attend other meetings while she was in the city. Jones set up a meeting with Greg Daniels and Michael Schur, who were developing Parks and Recreation. At the meeting, they told her the idea for the show's pilot, and that they were considering giving Amy Poehler's character an assistant who was a doltish blonde. Plaza pitched them instead the character of a smart intern who is at the department only for college credit and does not care about the job, which Plaza thought would be an interesting comedic contrast with Poehler's character. They liked the concept for the character and created April Ludgate. Plaza, who said that in real life she was like Poehler's earnestly hardworking character, took inspiration from her younger sister for April's apathetic disposition. Plaza played the role from 2009 to 2015. She received praise for her performance, and April was considered one of the show's breakout characters. 2010 to 2016. Rise in film and television. Plaza at the Time 100 Gala in 2012. While Plaza was in Los Angeles for Funny People and Parks and Recreation, Allison Jones also recommended that she audition for Edgar Wright's romantic action comedy film Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, 2010. Plaza was cast in the film, playing the supporting character Julie Powers. On March 12, 2010, Plaza performed at A Night of 140 Tweets, a celebrity tweetathon for Haiti, produced by Rob Hubel, Paul Scheer, Ben Stiller, and Mike Rosenstein at the Upright Citizens Brigade Theatre in Los Angeles. In the breaks between filming Parks and Recreation seasons, Plaza appeared in other projects, films, and television series. She appeared in a College Humor short alongside Jason Bateman and Will Arnett. In 2011, she had a recurring role in the sketch comedy series Portlandia and guest starred as the Princess in the comedic sci-fi web series Troopers on College Humor. She also appeared in the comedy drama film Damsels in Distress 2011 and the romantic comedy 10 Years. In 2012, Plaza had her first starring role in a major film in the comedy Safety Not Guaranteed, playing a magazine intern who answers a curious want ad. Her performance received positive reviews, and she won the award for Breakthrough Performance Female at the 2012 Young Hollywood Awards. In 2013, she portrayed the character Sacagawea in the Drunk History episode Nashville during a segment on Lewis and Clark's expedition. In 2013, she also had the starring role in the CBS film The To-Do List. In an impromptu attempt to promote the film, Plaza ran onto the stage at the 2013 MTV Movie Awards and grabbed Will Ferrell's award for Comedic Genius, inspired by Kanye West's interruption of Taylor Swift at the 2009 MTV Video Music Awards, with a drink in hand while the film's name was written across her chest. She was ejected from the studio lot where the ceremony was held. Plaza voiced Eska in the animated fantasy action television series The Legend of Korra 2013-2014. She also voiced Grumpy Cat in the Lifetime Network's television film Grumpy Cat's Worst Christmas Ever 2014. Plaza starred in the 2014 horror comedy film Life After Beth, about a young woman who returns from the dead, written and directed by her husband Jeff Bina, and in Hal Hartley's drama film Ned Rifle, 2014. In 2016, Plaza starred in Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates alongside Zac Efron, Anna Kendrick, and Adam Devine. Her role as the rebellious Tatiana earned her critical praise. Then she was a guest star on Harmon Quest as a gnome named Hawaiian Coffee, and portrayed Aaron Burr in the Hamilton episode of Drunk History. She also provided a guest voice for the SpongeBob SquarePants episode Mall Girl Pearl with Betty White. That same year, she portrayed Cat Adams, a contract killer, first in season 11 of the CBS television series Criminal Minds, and then again in season 12 and 15. Also in 2016, she played Lenore in Dirty Grandpa, beside Zoe Deitch, Zac Efron, and Robert De Niro. 2017 present. Career Expansion Plaza at WonderCon in 2019. In 2017, Plaza starred in and produced the films The Little Hours and Ingrid Goes West. The former is a black comedy about medieval nuns loosely based on stories from the Decameron. Both films premiered at the Sundance Film Festival. In Ingrid Goes West, Plaza portrayed the social media-obsessed fan of an influencer played by Elizabeth Olsen. Variety film critic Peter de Bruges praised Plaza's performance, writing, "Plaza's tortured performance captures all of this, which is saying something for an actress whose blasé persona hinges on the fact that she can't be bothered. Nobody plays ambivalence better, and yet Plaza allows herself to seem vulnerable here." The film won the Independent Spirit Award for Best First Feature. The following year, she starred in the indie comedy An Evening with Beverly Luff Linn. From 2017 to 2019, Plaza portrayed both Amal Farouk, Shadow King, and Lenny Busker in the FX series Legion, which was critically praised along with Plaza's performance. The role of Lenny was originally written for a middle-aged man. When Plaza was offered it, she requested that the character's dialogue and actions remain, as she did not want it being tied down to anything gender-wise. David Bowie was an inspiration for her approach to the role. She was given creative freedom with the character and collaborated with directors and choreographers on sequences that were ambiguously described on the page. In 2019 and 2020, Plaza hosted the Independent Spirit Awards. In 2019, she starred in Child's Play, a reboot of the 1988 film as Andy's mother who brings home a killer doll, Chucky. In 2020, Plaza played Riley Johnson in the romantic comedy Happiest Season, and produced and starred in the independent experimental thriller Black Bear, garnering critical acclaim for her performance. Black Bear follows a filmmaker who retreats to a cabin in the mountains to find inspiration for her next film. NME wrote that the film examines the power dynamics in filmmaking, and Collider considered it an exploration of human relationships, gender dynamics, and celebrity. In 2021, Plaza wrote and made her directorial debut with the episode Quiet Illness of the Showtime anthology series Cinema Toast. Created by her partner Jeff Bina, the series reinvents imagery from public domain films to tell different stories. In crafting Quiet Illness, Plaza was inspired by actress Loretta Young's experiences and footage of her appearances. She edited various film and television clips starring Young into a psychological thriller about a woman's self-esteem and cast Christina Ricci as a voice narrator. She described the project as trippy with a pandemic filming style. Plaza said that she has always had an interest in directing, and she had been writing a project during the COVID-19 pandemic. She also wrote a children's book with Dan Murphy, The Legend of the Christmas Witch, 2021, illustrated by Julia Iredale. Plaza produced and starred as the titular character in the independent film Emily the Criminal, 2022, portraying a woman saddled with student debt and compelled into criminal activity. Her performance and the film received critical acclaim, with the New York Times calling it wonderfully nuanced, Little White Lies writing that it is perhaps Plaza's best performance to date, and the Chicago Sun-Times deeming it richly layered work and one of the best performances of the year in one of the best movies of the year. She also appeared in the film Spin Me Round, which premiered at the South by Southwest Film Festival in 2022. In the second season of the HBO anthology series The White Lotus, Plaza portrayed Harper, a lawyer vacationing in Sicily with her husband. For her performance in the series, she received an Emmy Award nomination for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Drama Series and a Golden Globe Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress, Series, Miniseries, or Television Film. In February 2022, Plaza contributed original poetry to Eating Salad Drunk, a comedian poetry anthology edited by author Gabe Henry that benefited Comedy Gives Back, a nonprofit supporting comedians facing financial hardship from the COVID-19 pandemic. On August 25, 2022, the adult animated sitcom Little Demon premiered on FXX, which features the voices of Plaza, who is also an executive producer, Danny DeVito, and Lucy DeVito. At the 2023 Independent Spirit Awards, Plaza received a nomination for Best Lead Performance for Emily the Criminal, as well as a nomination for Best First Feature as Producer. In January 2023, she hosted Saturday Night Live for the first time and appeared in multiple sketches. In May, Plaza received criticism for participating in a parody ad for Wood Milk, which mocked plant-based milks in favor of dairy. In July, it was announced that she would be making her stage debut in an off-Broadway revival of John Patrick Shanley's Danny and the Deep Blue Sea, a two-hander about strangers who become lovers after meeting at a dive bar opposite her Black Bear co-star Christopher Abbott. She was nominated for the Drama League Distinguished Performance Award. Time magazine named Plaza one of the 100 most influential people in the world in 2023. In 2024, Plaza and her Parks and Recreation co-star Nick Offerman reunited in a Mountain Dew ad that aired during the Super Bowl 58 broadcast. She was confirmed to be starring in John Waters' first film in over 20 years, Liarmouth, based on his novel of the same name. Plaza portrays the future self of Elliot LeBrant in the comedy film My Old Ass 2024 and TV presenter Wow Platinum in Francis Ford Coppola's epic science fiction drama Megalopolis 2024. She portrayed Rio Vidal/Death in the Disney Plus miniseries Agatha All Along, set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU, which premiered on September 18, 2024. Plaza has been the spokesperson for Cointro's Marguerite advertising campaign since 2023. In August 2025, it was announced that Plaza would produce and star in the upcoming biopic The Heidi Fleiss Story, in which she will portray former Hollywood madam Heidi Fleiss. Personal life. Relationships. Plaza and Jeff Baena in 2017. Plaza is bisexual. She met and started dating actor Michael Cera when they were filming Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. During their 18-month relationship, Plaza and Cera almost got married as a joke while driving through Las Vegas. Cera explained, "I think the idea was to then get a divorce right away so we could call each other my ex-husband and my ex-wife at like 20. She met writer and director Jeff Baena at a game night in 2011, and they began a relationship. The couple were frequent creative collaborators, with Plaza starring in 4 of Baena's films. He proposed to her at a site related to the Basque witch trials in Zugarramurdi before they spontaneously got married in 2021. Deciding to wed on their 10th anniversary together to celebrate, they had a small ceremony in their backyard. They quietly separated in September 2024 after experiencing marital difficulties, and Plaza moved to New York but remained in frequent contact with Baena. On January 3, 2025, Baena was found dead at the marital home, where he had continued to reside. The cause of death was suicide. Plaza pulled out of presenting at the 82nd Golden Globe Awards, held on January 5th, before hosting part of the Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary special on February 16th, during which she paid tribute to Baena by wearing a tie-dye shirt like the ones they wore for their wedding. On April 7, 2026, it was announced that Plaza was expecting her first child with her partner, fellow actor Christopher Abbott. Health Plaza had a stroke when she was 20 years old, which caused temporary paralysis and temporary expressive aphasia. Several years later, she had a transient ischemic attack while on the set of Parks and Recreation. She has discussed that she experiences social anxiety. A recreational basketball player, Plaza has had 2 ACL tears from the sport. First in the mid-2010s during a recreational league game, and then in 2024 when she participated in a game of knockout ahead of the 2024 WNBA All-Star Game. Acting credits: Plaza in 2010. According to the review aggregator site Rotten Tomatoes, Plaza's most critically acclaimed films include Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, 2010, Safety Not Guaranteed, 2012, Ned Rifle, 2014, Ingrid Goes West, 2017, The Little Hours, 2017, Black Bear, 2020, Happiest Season, 2020, Emily the Criminal, 2022, and My Old Ass, 2024. Her most critically acclaimed television projects include Parks and Recreation, 2009 to 2015, Legion, 2017 to 2019, Calls, 2021, Little Demon, 2022, The White Lotus, 2022, Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, 2023, and Agatha All Along, 2024.